Battleframe is like, imagine wearing like a nuclear power plant on your person, which sounds really, really dangerous, but it's actually really awesome because you're in this armored chassis, you jetpack all over the place, you can take a savage beating from just about anything, and you have awesome weapons and ability systems to augment your battlefield prowess and be the ultimate post-apocalyptic futuristic badass.
Battleframes feedback is really, really important. Players, every single day, each activity they do use Battleframes, so we need to be very careful that they're well balanced and that not one single frame is too strong.
We are the designers and we take feedback as a guide. It kind of keeps us honest, and so we're not just designing things based on our own personal feelings. It's always helpful to have data, but we can't, completely implement all the ideas we see. It's more like it's a give and take relationship.
Right now we're working on PvE combat as a primary focus. We are getting in some new abilities, but also marking the return of some older abilities to sort of help outfit the basic Accord kits and augment the advanced frames since they kind of bleed into each other. We're also trying to get as many improvements as possible as we can into the frames. That's going to be an ongoing thing for our sort of initial sprint upcoming patch. We're definitely going to want to get a nice little barometer from players about how they're feeling about the frames, specifically in PvE right now. That is definitely the focus as we're really trying to push for more PvE content to make sure that our battle frames are really fun in the open setting.
I guess the most unexpected feedback was the craving for a starting sniper rifle for recon. It's not that we didn't expect people to want to have a sniper rifle, we just thought the initial recon was a good flavor because it was a highly accurate semi-sniper, so it's like semi-automatic sort of rifle. But people really wanted the single shot sniper rifle and they felt like they need that at the start, and I didn't expect that.
There were some frames that were particularly dominant just because of their kit and how they, had, certain, like turrets, for example. Bastion was really strong. So we went ahead and took a look at the other frames. Right now, a frame's pretty much judged on how well it thumps, and there's more stuff to the game than that. So we're just trying to expand that as well as, give them a little more attention.
Today we are branching, and what that means is basically saying, all right, everybody in the company, we're now in lockdown. We're going to copy all of our code, our art assets, our game data to a safe, separate repository so we can start stabilizing the build in preparation for next week's patch. It's going to be really cool to see what gamers say or what the response is to some of our new features and content that we're rolling out next week.
Today we branch, which is always scary because we're secretly hoping that the new internal beta build that pops won't explode under its own weight, but it usually does at first, and then we work hard and fix it.
I want to know what people feel is lacking in the game or missing. Either we can fix it and put it into an existing frame or for future frames. Using their feedback really helps to do it in a direction that will make the players happier to play our game.
We're hoping they can expect some better server-side performance when they play. We're hoping for better hit registration. We're hoping that they will have a myriad of new abilities. I think it might be a little more fun just to shoot things up. There's some satisfying responses from creatures now when they explode in meaty chunks and things like that.
Yeah, I think we had a pretty good estimate on what the responses would be for generally the frames. There are some bugs and stuff that had a big part in that, so just fixing some of the bugs and giving the frames what that we intended them to fully have before will go a long way. We'll just keep an eye on it and see what goes.
We want as solid a combat experience as possible going into the open beta. Next sprint, I personally am going to focus really hard on making sure playtests get done on a regular basis so that we can get some internal metrics, and Sebastian helps us with external metrics so we can fine-tune combat of every single frame, make it as fun as possible. And we'd also like, if possible, to get some brand new battle frames out to people in the foreseeable future.